Well, if you didn't know who Jordan Hoy was on Friday afternoon after Friday evening, you definitely know who Jordan Hoy is. What a game for the young quarterback as he and his Rockwall-Heath Hawks 48-0 over Newman-Smith to advance to the area round of the 5A UIL playoffs. Everybody, Chris Curtis here for the Rockwall Sportscenter Heath Hawk update, joined by the captain of the broadcast for the Heath Hawks, Steve Deere. And Steve, where do we begin with this one? I guess we can start with the quarterback, Jordan Hoy. He had kind of a coming out party on Friday. I know a lot of colleges are looking at him. He's kind of on the wire. He might be way over the wire now.
I hope there were some people in the stands watching this performance Friday night because you're right. He will be over the wire and into the pool of available applicants after Friday night. Yeah, he had a fantastic game. Best game that he's had in his Heath career. And that's saying something because he's been very productive for 3 years now. But, man, he was on a different playing field than anybody else out there. There were times when he was running the ball, he looked like he was shot out of a cannon, and nobody could come close to him. He just had a fantastic evening.
I know one of the big questions for this Heath Hawk team going into the playoffs was this offense. Have the questions been answered? I know Jordan Hoy had a lot of the production on Friday night, but have we kind of seen that this team can score when they want to?
Yeah, you look at the last 6 weeks of the season, and they've been putting 40, 50 points up on the board fairly consistently. You would think going into the playoffs that they would run into a little bit more stiff competition, but hey, this playoff thing looks like it's easy, doesn't it? Yeah, their offense is clicking. Offensive line, we've talked about this several times in the last 6 weeks. The offensive line is doing a great job. They've gelled at the right time, opening holes. Tyler McAllister's doing a great job. A couple of the young kids coming up behind him look like they're capable of filling in now that Rico's not there. And Jordan now has definitely given opposition something to think about. They can't key on Tyler, can't key on our running game. They've got to keep tabs at number 7. And we all know that he's also capable with his arms, too. If the game dictates and they start stacking, he can beat them with his arm also.
I know Mickey Moss very happy with his quarterback's play, and Jordan Hoy very confident in his game going forward.
Man, outstanding job of Jordan. Letting his feet kill him. I mean, he made 2 great runs, really made some really good reads. I think his first touchdown run was set up on his first read where he gave the ball, made a good, he went ahead and rode it and gave the ball, and then the next time he came back and pulled it, and it was an outstanding read out of him, which set that up. And then he just turned the Jets on. So very proud of Jordan. He had a great game for us. We want to get him out of the game as quickly as possible. So we're ready to move on.
I felt like coming into the playoffs, I was going to have to step up and, really take my game to a whole nother level. So my mindset was, I had to take over, and that's just kind of what happened tonight.
And, Steve, with the 48-0 victory, obviously the offense came to play, but the kind of thing that gets overlooked, this defense, once again, dominant as usual. Their third shutout of the year. Newman-Smith couldn't go anywhere on Friday night. They were 3-and-out every single play.
Look, I've said this probably the third straight week now I've said this. The defense is the backbone of this team. This is what in the earlier part of the season when the offense was struggling to find themselves a little bit, the defense is what kept us in the game and kept helping us win games at that point. As offense has found their footing and is doing much more, being more productive toward the end of the year here, defense has kept up what they were doing. 58 total yards from scrimmage for Newman-Smith the other night. That's a playoff game, and you're holding the opposition to 58 yards. Even in the second half, you had guys that had just been called up from JV playing, and they know that they don't want to be the ones to give up the points, and they still pitch a shutout. Defense has just been amazing all year, and they continued Friday night. And if the Hawks make as deep a run as everybody hopes that they're going to, defense is more than likely what's going to carry them there.
I noticed a lot of the media outlets this week started talking about Heath. They really haven't mentioned him much this year. They've just kind of been that team flying under the radar, and that's kind of the way Coach Moss likes it, under the radar. But a lot of the medias this week said, man, this defense is really, really good. So it's starting to show more so in the state rather than just here locally.
Look, you can't pass on them. You got guys like Deshaun Elliott, David Richardson, Omar Shalabi, those guys back there. You cannot pass on this defense, and that allows the front 7, who are very highly productive themselves, to key on the run, to stack that line. It's a great combination when you take away the passing game. We'll talk a little bit more about Wylie in a minute here, but that's something that they present for you. But you can take away the passing game, and you can allow your front 7 to key on that run. It's a deadly combination.
And if you went to the game on Friday, I don't know if you noticed, but a lot of the team now has a little hair change. They have some red hair. I noticed you haven't dyed yours yet. I know it's coming, though.
Yeah, maybe.
But kind of your thoughts on the new hairstyle here for the Rockwall-Heath Hawks. It's for the playoffs, obviously, and a little something more motivational for them. I noticed Mickey still has the nice hair right now, But I think we should issue a challenge to Mickey. If they were to win state, I think he needs to go red. What do you think?
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Coach Moss and myself will both go red if they win state. We'll do it on camera right here for the Hawk Update. I'm volunteering him for that. We'll both do that, okay? Yeah, that's I guess you would call Heath Hawk red that they've gone with there, right? And I was going to joke around with Dean Klein. He's got red hair to begin with, so I said, hey, how come you didn't color your hair like the rest of them? Of course he did, but yeah, interesting color they're throwing down there.
I mean, you heard it right here first. Coach Moss and Steve D are going to dye the hair. I know Deshaun had a little something different. He had the gold hair, and his reasoning was that's the color of the trophy that we're going for at the end of the year. So a little bit of a hair change here for the Heath Hawks. Does it look good? It works, so it might as well just keep on going with it. And I know I asked Jordan Hoy after the game what his thoughts were on his team's new hairstyle.
It's just something that, the whole team decided to do, just something for playoffs because, we playoff senior year, might as well go all out.
And with that Hawks 48-0 victory over Newman Smith, we move on to the area round as Rockwall-Heath will take on Wylie 7:30 p.m. on Friday evening. The weather should be a little warmer than it was this past Friday night, so we think right now we're not meteorologists, but we'll just kind of hope it. It's going to be in the 50s, hopefully, for that. So talk about Wylie here. They have a very impressive quarterback and another tough challenge for the Heath Hawks.
Yeah, Carson Cook, their senior quarterback, he's been very productive for them for 3 years now. He's the top leading in terms of yardage among any player in 5A. He's got about 2,500 yards that he's thrown for and 18 touchdowns, 1,200 yards that he's run for and 11 touchdowns. So he's accounted for almost 30 touchdowns by himself, 3,500 total yards. He's a machine. He's really good. Fortunately, this is the kind of guy that the Hawk defense has had a lot of success against this year. Teams have come in here like West Mesquite and Forney and some of these teams that have these really good dual-threat quarterbacks, and they've come in and they've been shut down by this amazing Hawk defense. That they've really had a good track record against guys like this. So I expect to see Mr. Cook run into a very difficult time Friday night, and if they can take him away, they should have a lot of success against Wylie.
This Hawk team is on a 7-game winning streak right now. This kind of all started back early in October. Is this kind of the thing that this team is kind of riding right now, which makes them kind of more confident as you keep going forward, and almost to the sense of, we're unstoppable? I know we talked early in the year, the hashtag why not us, and these kids really believe that, they belong with the cream of the crop in 5A. Is this kind of what they're trying to ride going forward?
Yeah, I don't know if the winning streak does that. Obviously, winning begats confidence, okay? And so, yeah, winning 7 straight, then you're on a roll, and so, yeah, you come in very confident. Honestly, I think what may push this team even more, and you kind of alluded to it before, is the fact that they've really flown under the radar. They haven't gotten some of the press and publicity that a lot of the other higher-profile schools in the area have gotten. So maybe that motivates them more. Hey, what about us? Look at what we're doing over here. We've accomplished a lot this year. Our defense is one of the best in the area. Our offense is putting up a lot of points. We've got some of the best players in the area. Hey, how about us? And so that may even motivate them more than what you talked about. Yes, a 7-game winning streak's great. Obviously, winning is great. Winning begets confidence, like I said. How about a little bit of respect? How about taking a look at what we've accomplished over here?
And, of course, we want to thank our sponsor, Rockwall Sportscenter, as we are here at the store every Monday morning from here until hopefully late December as Rockwall-Heath looks to go for a state championship. And, of course, we have some specials this week to tell you about. If you come in and mention the code word HOY, as you will see it right here, in honor of Jordan Hoy's amazing game this past Friday night, you'll get 15% off any purchase. And also you can buy T-shirts, playoff edition. It's $10 for the short sleeve cotton, and you got $15 for the long sleeve cotton and for the dry fit. So obviously a great deal to come out here. I noticed last week I came out here and the shirts were sold out, and also you get a free rally towel to come out next week at Plano Clark Stadium. So pretty much a great deal to come out here and buy some gear, and you're ready to go this week.
And let me tell you, we need to black out Clark Stadium on Friday night. Wylie's a different animal than what they saw last week. They were ranked number 10 in the area. It's going to be a great game Friday night. We need as many fans out there to support the team as possible. Clark Stadium, Plano, Friday night, 7:30. Let's fill up that stand with black T-shirts.
Steve's going to be there. I'm going to be there. Hopefully all of Hawk Nation is going to be there. And would you believe it or not, we have a shout-out to give here for Heath Hawk Nation. We want to give a shout out to the wrestling team this Saturday. Got an email this morning from them. They start their season on Saturday, the Heath Hawk Invitational. So once you watch the Hawk football team win on Friday night, 9 a.m. Saturday morning, go out there and watch some wrestling all day long. Should be a fun week here at Heath High School.
All right, we're looking forward to it. Support all the sports out there, and let's fill those stands on Friday night.
All right, Friday night, most important, it's your Heath Hawks versus the Wylie Pirates, 7:30. You can listen at www.rockwallisd.com. But, of course, there's no excuse. The weather's going to be great. Come on out there and make some noise for your Heath Hawks. We'll see you next Monday here from the Rockwall Sportscenter. Have a great week, everybody, and go Hawks.